Hi everybody, I'm Howard and this is Otter's Retirement Corner. Today I want to do something a little different. I want to talk about an example of somebody who did retirement right. And when I say right, I mean right. They did exactly the kinds of things you're supposed to do. There's Otter visiting us. So this is actually in honor of my mother-in-law. Who's going through some difficult times medically right now. And I've learned a little bit more about her in the last few weeks, some things I didn't know before. And I just wanted to talk about just the marvelous way she ran her life. And obviously I haven't known her long. I married my wife about 12 years ago, so I've probably known her 13 years. But about 11 years ago, we moved out of the Chicago area where she lives and where my wife and I had lived. And, we moved around to various parts of the country. We were in California, Arizona, now Florida. So we didn't have a chance to see my mother-in-law that much, my wife more so than I did. So, I didn't get her to know her as much as I wish I had gotten to know her. But, I obviously learned things from my wife about her. And, she would visit us on occasion. We were at her house a few times, typically around holidays, and, didn't really have a chance to sit down and talk to her one-on-one that much. I would see her in a group. And I'm going to do something mean to Otter here, just so you can see him. He's going to chase a little laser light. I get a lot of requests for Otter in my video, so there he is. She came to visit us in Florida several times, and even at an advanced age, she would go on hikes with us. I remember one through Big Sur, some mountain hikes, wherever we would go, whether it was a zoo or a park, a botanical garden, which she loved, she would keep up with us. She was an amazingly active, physically healthy person. Right now she's 87 years old. She has 7 children, my wife being the youngest, and she worked as a CPA for most of her life. And here's where life threw her a curveball. Her husband died when she was 34. So there she was with 7 kids, one job, and she had to raise this entire family. And not only did she do that, but she was still able to retire roughly 65, 67. I'm not really clear on the exact number. However, she kept up some of her clients. She would do personal tax returns for some of her clients, friends, family, all the way up through last year. She continued to do that. Obviously, the workload would get less and less because she was very active. So despite having 7 kids to raise and all the expenses that come with that, she learned the basics long before that, obviously. She learned to live below her means, save, and invest her money. At this point now, and again, she's 87, her net worth, I'm not going to mention a number, but it's probably in the top 5 or 10% of all retirees in the country. Imagine that. Imagine raising 7 kids and being able to afford to save. And this is why I say most people who don't save could probably do so. And again, life throws you curveballs. Life threw my mother-in-law a curveball when her husband passed away. She learned to adapt and thrive. I'm just so impressed by her life. And I talk about retirement. That's what this channel is all about. So I'm going to focus on that. But she's also just a wonderful person. Everything I'm exposed to about her is just wonderful. The other interesting thing is she continued to be active. All the way up through last year, she traveled around the world, typically by herself. She would go in tour groups. But she wouldn't be going out with friends or with relatives. She would take herself off to Iceland or Europe or wherever it was. She has visited every national park in the country, 63 of them, mostly on her own. When she was younger, maybe there were a friend or two. And she goes on walking tours, and this just destroys that myth of, gee, when you're in your 70s, life is pretty much over. It's a slow go or no go years. If you want to be active, you can be active. If you want to save and take care of your own retirement, you can do that. This is the prime example of someone who did that. So Marcy, this is for you. I appreciate your life. Otter appreciates your life. Please subscribe. Please comment. Please like. See you next time. Bye.